Each morning, the men living on the street start walking, from their bunk beds at police station to the users' room at Kanaaldijk. They are familiar with the rats in the kennel. They are familiar with the rats in the kennel each morning. A mother in the women's shelter dresses her child for school in a city that's still a stranger to her. A city that's still a stranger to her each morning. An old man vacuum cleans the carpets of one of the mosques this city counts. Turkish, Turkish, Turkish. Arabic, Moroccan, Suriname. This is Eindhoven. Most of the time I want to flee. Too much high tech, too little R&B, too much design, too little soul, too many people who think that Black Pete isn't an issue at all. Islamophobia is the name of the neighbor of many of us. But give me Kruisstraat. Give me Vaartbroek, Woensel West. Give me Bennekel, Genderbeem, Doornakkers and Vlinderflats. I know each hole in the road of the Geldropse weg. Once I fell flat on my face with my bike on the piazza. Can I learn to bear this grey block box? This is Eindhoven. I live in Eindhoven for 17 years now. I was raised in Zonnebreugel, so I was never far from here. And the meaning of the city shifted from the big city when I was 13 to a province town that sometimes suffocates me. And it felt really strange to realize at a certain point that I lived longer in Eindje than I lived outside of her. That's when I realized that I was becoming old. I'm 38. As a teenage mother, I was very lucky to get a house by urgency statement in one of the districts that's now completely demolished and rebuilt with way too expensive owner-occupied properties. I used to work as a social worker in addiction rehabilitation programs, in shelters for families, old and young people who lost the roofs over their head, and in several high schools. Right now, I'm pursuing a career as a writer and a spoken word artist, mostly in Dutch though, so maybe you'll notice. And lately, I'm thinking a lot about escape routes. But in this city live remarkable people that make me want to rethink the possibility of staying. I volunteer as the president of the client advisory board of Stichting Omnia Jeugdzorg. Nejat Toep and Karim Ajwau founded their organization on the idea that language, culture and religion can build up the confidence of individuals and families and turn into bridges instead of just being dividing factors. They offer intense parenting courses, family guidance and assistancy. Where other organizations still insist upon the paternalistic attitude that everyone has to speak Dutch first, and where they fail to structurally educate their predominantly white middle-class staff in transcultural methodology and intercultural communication, Omnia tries to offer social workers that can reach out to people in the language that's closest to their heart. And if that's not possible, they'll be very careful to look for a worker that can really relate to the values and culture of the family. Right now they're working miracles with families that are rooted in Eindhoven just as much as they are rooted in Turkey, Morocco, Suriname, Poland, Syria, Somalia and the Antilles. Professionals create an atmosphere of authentic people-to-people communication, space for identity and being seen. When people are able to talk about their personal history and their deepest trauma in their mother tongue, problems and solutions are recognized sooner. So I would like to conclude with a statement that to recognize people where they are is the only place that can become a starting point for growth. This is where I'm from. This is Eindhoven.